let me show you something else here. We are going to talk about John 1:13 and 1:14. So in the English translation, I'm going to talk about how it's written in Etheridge's, and I'm going to show you a couple things here. John 1:13 and 14 reads this: "These, not from blood, nor from the will of the flesh, nor from the will of man, but from Eloah, God, are born. And the Word," now I want you to hear this, "and the Word flesh was made." I'm going to say that one more time, John 1:14. "And the Word flesh was made and tabernacled with us, and we saw his glory, the glory as of the one begotten who was from the Father, full of grace and truth." Now, I will share with you this. In these translations, they were still heavily biased. So whenever they say his, many times it's he, she, his, her, or it. It's all of those things, but it was heavily biased and put in masculine form only. So when you read it, you automatically think of Ishu, that it was Jesus that it was being talked about. Did you hear me say, not the Word made flesh, it was Word flesh. Meltha flesh. Through the scriptures, the flesh is changed, altered, and transmuted into a different form. It becomes Word flesh. I'm going to say that, and I'm going to continue saying that. That is one of the purposes of why we are studying this, because it alters our form. We become Word flesh, Meltha flesh, white fire, more wave than particle, less dense. That is a big deal. Anybody connecting to that? I mean, is that stirring you a little? So let me show this to you. When I saw this, I was like, what? What? Because you can see how the King James was, how it was translated there, but Etheridge, John Etheridge, kept it as its original form as Word flesh. Oh, I love this stuff. It's amazing to me. Of course, I'm a geek. I'm backlaying everything that Ken's sharing, but this is the importance of us comprehending who we are and what we are doing and why we are doing it. So we are Word flesh. So the first point that I want to show you here is that in John Etheridge, the way it was written in English is, "But from Eloah are born." Okay, "But from Eloah are born." I do not know where they got the word "but" from, by the way, because this means, men right here means to be a part of, like a stringed instrument, like a chord that is being played. It's the root word for manna, to be a part of. Notice it's these, ele, Aleph, Lamed, Aleph. That should automatically get you to go, whoa, what is going on here? Flanked Alephs with the Lamed right in the middle, doing with the authority within. Then we have the word for God. We've shared before with you that this Allah is a singular form, you and me, individually, that have entered into that absolute state of being, Allah. Now look at this. I was thrilled when I saw this. Here's the word to be born, Elad. Look what I've highlighted. The Aleph Tav was added. The Aleph Tav was added to the prefix of this word. You guys, I've shared so much about that Aleph Tav and what it means as an idiom for the sacred languages, the Aleph through the Tav, the first and the last that have been begotten, that have been born. They have been born through the sacred languages. These are God-born. These are God-born. Do you see that? They are God-born. Ooh, that's thrilling. Woo!
That's why you have to conceive this.
They are God-born. Now, I'm not going to go into detail on this stuff here down below. I just have for those that are in the 44 level, this document will be up there for you guys to do your own additional studies. Because for those of you who are in the basic information, this isn't going to do you any good. These are notes that I made. This would be for somebody who wants to dive deep in these because you already have the basics. But I put a bunch of notes of this one verse right here. But I wanted to show you guys how important this is And that right here in the beginning of this, when it's talking about the man who was born, that is God born, is the Gibur. This is a word that means mighty. It also means husband. Interesting on that. But these are the mighty, the Gibur. And remember, I just shared with you guys that bar from Dabar, the Bet Resh, the mighty. I'm hoping you guys are connecting with all of this. Here's the next one. This is the word flesh. This is the verse I wanted to get to you, but I wanted to show you that the God-born, the mighty that are the God-born, go through the sacred languages, the Aleph through the Tav. They filled their vessel, the Bet, and they built themselves from the inside out by that which we are sharing, backlaying it so we can stand as sovereigns. Now look at this. And the word flesh. Here's the word Meltha right here. Meltha Besora. Besora has to do with flesh, but there's something else here that's even more specific and amazing with this word. Because when you take a look at the root of Besora, again, we've got the Bet right in front, have we not? Again, the importance of filling our vessel. Do you see it has a dagesh in there? It has that great dot. We were already talking about the great dot. The great dot that is the beginning of Bereshit. For those of you who watched the introduction, 10-part introduction series, we also shared that this is one that has been pierced and the seed has already been planted in Besorah to create the new flesh. So if there's a piercing that is putting a seed within the body, it is because the body is changing to become something different. And if you were to say this word connected to Hebrew as well, it means glad tidings. Glad tidings, aka the good news. The good news of glad tidings has to do with our flesh being changed. Oh, I hope you guys are connecting to this. Through the word. The word flesh, not the word made flesh, not and the word was made flesh. No, word flesh. It's different flesh. There's something different when we take that the word was made flesh to say there's word flesh. This right here, this is hava. This is the Aramaic word for haya. How many of you guys remember what haya means? To be, to become, having come to pass. The root word for yod he vav he. To be and become, having come to pass. This was used like let there be light, but there was not let there be, like I'm saying something and then I gotta wait for it. That should have been translated as there is light. There is word flesh. There is word flesh. And instead of haya, it's hava. And this is connected to the permutation ava, meaning desire. It's connected to the spirit breath, the exhale of the creation that then connects to our heart into the absolute state of being. What am I saying? What am I saying? What I am saying is that when word flesh is, it is. It is never in its is not state of being. So the Meltha, the white fire, that etheric realm that is coming in and through us, through the Aleph Tav, it's a permutation here for the Aleph Tav, is us in our absolute state of being. There is no is nots. Everything that is God is God. There is nothing that is not God, because it all is God. So the word flesh is one that has entered into its absolute state of being. When you look in yourself in the mirror, what you are seeing is that of God. You do not see any of the is nots because they do not exist. The is nots are not real. Word flesh is real. Word flesh is. It's become. It is. Getting a little passionate here. Because I know this intimately, you guys. And I want anything that is within you that is keeping you separated from the truth of who you are needs to go away. It's holding you, it's holding me, it's holding all of us back from that absolute state of being. And these writings have been given to us to see these things, and they were masked in the English words. And it's up to us to continue learning the language so that you can go through and you can find these things too, bring it back to the table and have a feast with all of us several times a year. And you come with your notebook and go, look what I found in this verse. Can I share this with you? Oh my gosh, haleva. Because your work is my work is your work, because we are one. And it says right here, look at this. Shuvka, shubcha. Glory to glory. Now, they put punctuation in it. Guess what, guys? There's no punctuation in the original language. From the beginning to the end, it's all written. It just keeps going. This is glory to glory, but notice that it went from the hey to the aleph. Why is that? Because from shadow revealing to shadow revealing, from glory to glory, we are changing that which is hidden in us to that which is the absolute state of being, which is the Meltha, Besra, the word flesh. Every single shadow that we look at that keeps us in separation, when we're looking at the sacred languages and something comes up and your ego jumps out and goes, nope, 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 you can go, that's a lie, because I am as it. That is something that I have chosen to believe in, that is an egregore, that is not the truth. So every time you catch one of those thinkings, even about our brothers and sisters, when we're quick to judge them, you can turn that and say, no, that is not the truth. I just caught another something that kept me separated, and from glory to glory, shubcha, shubche, shubcha, shubche, shubcha. I am changing it into the absolute life of absolute being, because part of this word right here, hu, means turn. You turn to your absolute state of being. So the word flesh turned. We have the word for garden right here, gan. One garden. Returning back to our original state of being as if nothing of separation ever occurred.